Woohoo! Right. So it's been so many years coming. It was the summer of 2016 that we started watching Doctor Who in its entirety. Every possible story that exists and has been released, we have seen, and we are now on the last one. Well, we're not. It's a milestone for sure. But this is not the end of Doctor Who. It's not the end of Doctor Who, but it's the end of what Doctor Who for many years was seen as. Last time we had The Curse of Fenric. Yes, we did. It was finale material, but not the finale. So we're not going to see this intro too many more times now. Only 3 more times. Yeah. We've said this before, but it's of its time, but I really like it. And this is the last Sylvester story, I guess. For a while, yeah. Oh, word, that's not good. Quite ferocious. Oh, just too late.
You picked a Sunday, didn't you? Bring me back to boredom capital of the universe. You pick the one day of the week you can't even get a decent television programme.
Who's now on Sundays?
I just said I wondered what the old
Self-burn.
was up to, that's all. Nothing ever happens here.
Well, you were here just a minute ago.
About
Have you ever seen a companion return to their home time and the Doctor go with them?
I told you it was dull. You don't have to hang around here.
I think
I'll
we
meet you
can.
back at TARDIS if you're...
You're going to be afraid of Molly now. You already are. What we're talking about.
Ace?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of survival of the fittest, son? Hey, you ever heard of that? What are you going to do then?
Oh.
That's right. The police let you off with a warning, didn't they? You were lucky.
She burnt the house down.
Your mum had you listed as a missing person. You don't do the talks, do you? I don't know. 4 kids gone missing just this month. Vanished into thin air. As a parents, I feel sorry for. Doesn't cost much to phone love. 10 pence, that's all. Wouldn't be that age again if you paid me, would you?
I can't remember, it's too long ago.
What a world for a young
Few
man.
centuries. You nearly said a few decades. I know. How dare you? Oh, and there was a cat's poster
You want
in
to build
the
yourself
thing.
up. You know, I give a class down here Monday night on self-defense.
Yeah. I think I know what the theme of this
Can
story
be a
is going to
deadly
be.
weapon.
It's in the title.
It's the same.
I was thinking cats.
Oh.
Yeah, Interestingly, survival is...
It was nearly in the title then.
Ah. Okay. Well, yeah, survival's a... Yeah,
Back in
definitely.
a sec.
Taste all cat owners who really care put in the dish.
Whereas these ones have the smell that drives a tabby cat wild.
No. It's an aftershave ad.
The weak are killed around the jungle.
Oh yeah, very clever.
These two
Yeah,
are
it's
a
very clever.
famous comedy
Like
duo
your friend.
Okay.
that you wouldn't know of.
No, I don't, I'm afraid.
What next line?
Oh.
Better get your running shoes on, gentlemen.
Oi, have you forgotten something?
Yes, money. Yeah, wasn't that?
I've got the fruit machine.
Something's eating tiger.
That's what they said. Either you were dead or you'd gone to Birmingham.
A wide range of choices there.
See you back to see your family.
It was between Birmingham and death.
So what's
Well,
you smell that? Can't. Hay fever. What are you talking about?
we can relate
Yeah,
to
that
that.
too.
Show me.
Oh. Oh, okay. He's back.
He's not supposed to know just yet.
Well, I can
He's
tell through
supposed
the
to be hidden.
lighting. I can tell
I
through the
know.
lighting. It was a bit brighter, that scene. I get it, he's scared, but I would just bolt it. Like, I would just, you know.
Right, I'm concentrating.
Last week he was defeating gods and Viking myths, and this time he's feeding cats.
Why not?
Oh.
Music's alright then.
Dominic Lynn.
Yeah.
Have you heard the electric guitars? Violins. So good.
Oh, I thought it was gonna end there. What? Ah. It's not quite what I was looking for.
Go away, go on, shoot! Stop!
That's what you meant by running away as fast as you could.
Yeah, yeah. Another desert, not desert, like
A bit deserty,
sort of
wasn't it?
world.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. Oh yeah. I keep thinking it's gonna go into the credits with that sound.
Oh, don't be stupid and don't get yourself into real trouble.
You're under arrest for feeding cats. Oh my. What was that?
Well, I'm here. You need sorting out, you lot.
Georgie's been through.
Well
Good.
equipped to do
Yeah.
it, yeah.
You stupid.
Why, Doctor?
Yeah.
An unexpected pleasure.
Yeah.
I swear you have exactly the same reaction every time the man turns up.
Well, he's turned up quite a few times, so.
Not since trial.
Well, you know, we had whole seasons with just him as the.
That was a
main
while
villain.
ago.
I know it was a while ago, but we've had quite a lot of the Master over the years.
Yeah. You didn't think we'd say goodbye to the classic series without seeing him one more time.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, I didn't plan for
I mean-
that. We could very easily, if not,
Yeah.
if they hadn't been in
I
the
don't know.
series. But yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, rather ironically called Survival, but also rather nicely called Survival, because obviously the show does survive, but this is the last one.
Oh, okay, that's the act.
Obviously that was not the intention behind this story.
Right.
I think it's really nice that you remember the first classic story in An Earthly Child.
Yeah.
Caveman era, people trying to survive, they're creating fires.
Ah.
A bit like Liz. Probably not intended. But
Yeah.
still.
There's like Planet of the Apes with cat people instead of talking apes. I'm liking this. It's it's quite coming from Curse of Fenric to the Doctor like laying out cat food and then like calling on the windows. I don't know. There's something just fun about the story and Ace coming back and to Perivale and obviously seeing all of our friends again. That's
We've got character development for Ace after you couldn't think you'd develop her anymore after the last one.
Yeah. And then you have Sarah Jane who's like, I want to leave. You've got to leave. Wait, this isn't...
Oh, that was just the last one.
I know,
but
but like...
Sarah Jane gets other character development.
Yeah, before that. But this is another example of just a great one, because we like really get to see sort of where Ace has come from. You know? And so it's like the perfect way to sort of... Well, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't, like... I mean, yeah, I don't know if Ace is going to say properly goodbye. I don't know. We'll see. But if this... Obviously, we know this is the last one.
Yeah.
The way it works out, it's really good to sort of...
It does, yeah. It and kind of like you're mentioning, it is much more... Well, there is this other world that we've gone to, but it feels a much more down-to-earth story.
Oh, yeah, it does.
To end, and I think that works as almost an epilogue to the Curse of
You did
Fenric's
say-
big, massive, huge finale.
Yeah, you did say that this would feel a bit more
Yeah.
like an epilogue, a little bit less stakes. Or, well, I mean, aside from what is there.
Yeah, you know, the tone of this, especially like on the streets, and you have this normal guy washing the car.
Yeah, it's homely.
Something comes and attacks him. This is so Russell T Davies kind of Doctor Who.
Right.
It's ridiculous, actually, how similar this is.
So when we get to new stuff, it's going to be like this kind of...
Pretty much exactly like this, yeah.
Right. Well,
There's hardly really any difference. There's again parallels with how they're developing Ace's character here, with how they develop companions in the early start of the revival.
I'm looking forward to this then. Yeah, I'm liking this. I am liking it. Yeah, we got the Master... Well, we've already talked about it.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to recognise him before.
I know,
Cliffhanger.
well, yeah, but... I mean, TVs then...
Yeah, that's
would
true.
probably have been much lower quality, CRTs or whatever. But yeah, I did see a little bit, and I was like, okay, I think I recognise it.
Did you see his glowing yellow eyes?
How could you not? How could you not? The comedy duo.
Oh, Hale and Pace, yeah.
I haven't heard of
No,
them.
I hadn't either. I believe the cat costumes were supposed to be less cattish. They were supposed to be like humans with like little bits of like whiskers and fur, not literally caked in
No.
full masks and.
No.
But you know, that was whatever. I think that may have worked better. But
Yeah, well, it works better than that Cats movie.
yeah, and Ace has been missing for a year. That's what they said. And like, if you think about this is a thing that's never been like discussed before in the show. Like, they just disappear. Even Ian and Barbara, they've been missing for 2 years, but they just laugh it off, and we never see the we joked about the consequences of that, how they turn up at the school and it's all destroyed. Yeah, you don't have a job, you've been missing for 2 years. But really, that's properly a thing here.
Yeah, it's really interesting that it wasn't this where the Doctor said we'll be back. Oh, we'll be back like before we know it. Or you
Back in time for tea. Back in
something like that.
Back quick trip round the 7 galaxies, and then back in time, back to Paravel in time for tea.
Yeah,
he
something
says that
like
to Ace in Dragonfire.
Okay, yeah. So, and now it's been a year.
Yeah.
So no.
Yes. We haven't seen the interior of the TARDIS at all this season, I don't think.
No?
Maybe we did a bit in Battlefield, but
we did a little bit, I think.
But by this point, that set was basically falling apart.
Oh.
So they didn't want to film in it ever.
I mean, as much as I love the TARDIS set, I do like the idea of them just landing and then starting out in the world.
Again, that's
really good.
That's a common thing in the new series, because the format just doesn't let you have.
I am going to really like the new series. The way all the things you're saying about it, it sounds like Doctor Who perfected. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but from what you're saying...
Last recording session.
Yeah.
This video may well end up coming out on your birthday.
You reckon?
Yeah, so everyone wish him a happy birthday.
Maybe.
Wish him a maybe happy birthday.
Rona Monroe.
Yeah. This is our first one.
Yeah, let him take the horse.
Doctor, why don't we leave these animals to their meal? I'm warning you, I control these animals. They're mine to command. I control them.
Just like I controlled the... Oh, he's never in control of anything.
Well...
It's like he controlled the Autons and then they turned on him.
Okay, yeah, we're back to Earth.
I love the contrast of the normal Earth and the weird alien world. That's just what Doctor Who's about.
What kept you?
How many times have I...
Do you like the music? Maybe this is the Master's idea of retirement. No!
Come on now, come on, bud! I told you to stay still! Stay still and run!
Doctor, I think they're not concerned about that anymore. What just happened then? That whole sequence is like, was crazy. It just sort of came out of nowhere.
Oh, the
yeah, the
running
fighting.
and, yeah.
I need your help.
Again.
You're trapped, you can't escape.
We shall become amish. Go home.
So there is a way. Doctor, look!
Oh wow. Well, that was an interesting episode. I don't know. There's something about it that felt a little.
The chaos of the scene at the beginning while they're all running around. It's not the best directed scene in the world.
Yeah.
I think that kind of threw you out a bit, maybe.
Yeah, and then, like the where everyone just breaks out into fighting.
That's the bit I meant.
That's the bit you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the way it cuts to like the carcass, whatever, or like the guy killing the cat, and it's I don't know, and the Master being like. He's
trapped here and he wants to escape, I guess.
Right. And there's some kind of curse or cap.
Yeah, it's a very different performance for the Master. Usually,
yeah.
Particularly this Master, it's much more lower voiced and quite like calm, and like the Doctor and the Master are like walking around each other like hunter and like prey.
Yeah, like I definitely see what it's going for with all the survival and animal. Like I get all that.
Mm-hmm.
I get all that. It's just a little oddly done. I
Okay.
think. But I mean, I am kind of enjoying it. I mean, I definitely preferred that first part.
Okay.
But
yeah, the planet makes you want to hunt. The more you hunt, the more you destroy the planet, which isn't. That's an odd kind of thing. That doesn't seem like a sustainable planet. The more you're there, the more you want to hunt, but the more you hunt, the more you destroy the planet.
It's
there's a bit of a contradiction there.
I don't really know what it. Well, I know what it's going for, but at the same time, I don't. We'll see how the last episode of classic Doctor Who wraps it up.
Have you got any theories about how it's going to end?
Well,
any ideas?
I think the Master and Midge went back to Earth.
Yes.
So there's going to be some kind of thing that happens on Earth, and they're going to resolve it, and the Master's going to be locked in some kind of dimension again. So, let's go and see if that happens.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
That
always
he always
does get locked in a different dimension. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ace is turning.
Yeah.
Doctor, look!
She's the fighter. Makes sense.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, it makes sense. Oh, okay. Right.
It's terrifying.
You'll be free of it.
He wants to cure himself. He wants to survive.
You
That's always been the Master's
will
thing, trying to
not
survive.
be so weak your will devoured, trap you, and destroy you.
It's a much more low-key performance from
Yeah.
Anthony Ainley,
Yeah.
which I really like.
Cats hated water.
Are you hungry, sister? Come hunting.
You eat people.
When I'm hungry, I hunt. When I hunt, I eat.
Do you eat me?
There is meat here.
Yeah, but if there wasn't, would you kill me?
Come home.
Yep. Subtle eye change.
Good hunting, sister.
Trust me, Midge. Trust me.
They're going home.
You should have got a doctor to me, though. That's the least you could have done. Instead of keeping me lying about in the street.
Thanks, Ace. Thanks, Doctor. Thanks for saving my life, getting me back home.
I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about?
Thanks, Ace. Thanks, Doctor. Thanks for saving my life and getting me back home.
Yeah, we want to come home, I know. Listen, this is the only home I've got now, right?
It was you that brought us here, home.
Aw.
Therefore, Midge must have... Where does Midge live?
That's true, she brought them right back to the TARDIS.
You know, used to live in some flats over there.
When she thought of home.
Come on!
Ah. Oh.
Stay out of this, Ace. Ace, listen to me. Listen to me. If you fight, you change. You change completely forever.
What? What? What the heck?
Something healthy can fly.
That just happened.
I must not fight. Help me! Help me! Will somebody help me! Jeez.
Oh. Thankfully that rubbish was there to yeah.
Right behind the sofa.
Yep.
Just wait. I'll get you something.
Good hunting.
Yes. But this is the end, Doctor. Use it. It's a power.
Welcome to my new home, Doctor.
Oh no. No.
What are you doing? You've got to stop. This planet. We'll do this for ourselves. We're fighting animals! We'll die like animals! If we fight like animals, we die like animals!
Flipping cats. It's the owners I blame. They want the pet right. They want the animal. But do they keep it under control?
Well, we try.
Oh, never mind.
Just taking the body back.
Oh, right. Okay.
Mine, I believe.
Home.
Home?
TARDIS.
Yes. There are worlds out there where the sky is burning, where the seas sleep and the rivers dream. People made of smoke and cities made of song. Some of there's danger, some of there's injustice, and somewhere else the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace. We've got work to do.
That was Doctor Who. Wow. That was a pretty good show.
Well, it survives.
I don't know how to feel. Yep. To the 3.5 years that we've been doing this, we made it to from 1963 to 1989. Okay, wow. So it's the end of the 80s then.
Yeah. So incidentally, that speech at the end, there were worlds out there where it's really nice. Really like it. That was Andrew Carmel who wrote that. On hearing that the show was not going to come back.
That was nice. That was a good moment, man.
It is, yeah. It was recorded by Sylvester McCoy on the 23rd of November, 1989, by complete coincidence.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
gosh. Stars align, and yeah, this was an interesting story. Yeah, part 1 and 3 definitely the better ones,
Right,
and
okay.
then part 2 is sort of a bit, I don't know.
All right.
But overall, I liked it,
Mhm.
and I think all things considered, I think this was a good way to
Ending
end.
on a high. I think
Yes.
that particularly part 3, the Master and the Doctor fighting surrounded
Oh
by
my
fire.
gosh,
That's an epic end.
Yeah,
That's
that
how
is-
Doctor Who ends.
Yeah, and I know, yeah, Curse of Fenric felt more like a fan, like I said, but I think in terms of the characters and just the I guess the themes of it, it makes this is the end.
Yeah, it's you know, there are shows that go out. Most, I'd say 99% of shows go out in a really bad way.
Well,
go
I
out
can't-
unsatisfactorily.
I can't comment on that, really.
Or at least not as you would, but I think that, you know, this whole season, last 2 stories, couldn't have asked for better. Not being able to plan it. Maybe in a way that's a good thing, not knowing that was going to be the end when they wrote them, because they weren't particularly trying for an epic conclusion to satisfy 26 years, but accidentally did it. Being the last one, when I was watching this the first time, I don't know if you felt this way, but particularly with Ace, you don't know that she's going to get out of this. There are times where you think, man, is she just going to stay here and die? Is she going to become like this?
Yeah, I was thinking a little bit of where it could go.
Yeah.
But
and when the Doctor, you know, particularly when you were at the time in '89, if you knew this was going to be the last one, that could be the end. When 2 motorbikes, big explosion, that could have killed the Doctor.
That was. There was no way either of them could have survived that. But they did. They were just blown back. Oh my word! Yeah, this does feel like it could have been made, knowing it was the last one. Is it
sure.
like they just take they just do some crazy things in it?
Yeah, and I may be reading into it, and I'm sure it's not intended. But the part again, that fight between the Doctor and the Master, where he's about to hit the Master with a bone on the head.
That's kind of a thing like in an earthly show.
That's exactly what I was going with.
Final part.
Yeah.
It works so well. It comes around so perfectly. It probably wasn't intentional.
No, I'm sure
it
wasn't.
It was, I wouldn't want it any other way.
The relationship between Ace and Kara, I think, is very interesting. I don't know if there's some kind of romantic thing that was supposed to be underlying that, but that's kind of what I pick up here, and I think maybe that was what was intended.
Yeah, I think it went by a bit. It sort of
It's a
happened a
bit
bit
too quick.
quickly.
It's just
for Ace to have the really emotional reaction when Kara dies, it's like there's not really been that much time since the first.
You're right,
and now.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's been the thing with Ace, though, going along the whole thing with. Actually, it's more obvious in the 4-part version of The Curse of Fenric that there was supposed to be something romantic between her and the Russian soldier.
Right.
I don't think it came across when we watched it really in the when he like hands her the badge.
Right.
Okay. Her and Mike Smith in remembrance. Like we said before, Ace just makes friends very quickly. Loads of Ace development. Yeah, again.
Yeah, she's like the best companion we've had like in a while. One of the top 5 companions.
Would you say that for you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Just from the character development perspective, and how much we sort of learn about her. Just from that automatically makes her one of the best companions, and the fact she's a good character as well.
Yeah, very, very popular companion.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, I can see why. Yeah.
I feel like we need to say more than that.
Well,
26 years. Right. Okay. Here's a challenge for you.
Years.
Here's a challenge for you. Sum up everything we've watched.
Okay, so
in 5 words.
Time traveling adventures that work.
Oh, okay.
Asterisk, most of the time.
Okay. We will be doing. This is something we need to talk about. Coming up, videos.
Yes.
We're not stopping. We're going to go into the new series. We're going to have a small break from Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
From the series. We're still going to be doing Doctor Who things. Expect quiz at some point. Expect big finish. Expect some other nice surprises. TV movie will come up. Blake 7.
Yeah.
Imminently.
Yeah.
You have any questions pertaining to the entirety of the classic series, Jamie's watching experience, my experience of watching Jamie watch it, anything at all, give it an ask.
Yeah, please.
And we'll get back to you in some video. Did that say Dave on the console there?
7th Doctor.
Yeah,
Sylvester McCoy.
What did you think of him?
Yeah, he's great. On the same level as maybe Peter Davidson.
That's pretty
perhaps.
high.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick a top 3, would you say the 2nd Doctor, the 5th Doctor, and the 7th Doctor?
Ooh,
257.
257. I mean, the problem
it's
is
tough. Yeah,
the problem is I love all of them.
From me watching you,
yeah,
you've reacted to in the most positively.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I always have. Like memories of John Pertwee because he was the Doctor that
I think
grew up on.
Was he both of our first Doctors? Probably.
Might have been. And then of course you have Tom Baker. Yeah, it would be so difficult for me to rank them in order of which ones I like more than the others. I'm not asking you to do that.
I was just wanting to get an idea of what you thought.
Yeah, he's very eccentric, but also he. It's the same with all. It's the same with most of them.
Yeah,
eccentric, but they really do sort of leave an impact on you. Even Colin sometimes did. I love Colin. I know it sounds bad. No, Mr. Mangan's very sweet, and I loved it.
Yeah.
That's terrific. If we have more Sick Doctor stories like that, then obviously that would sort of change what I thought of Colin by the end. But obviously, unfortunately, that's not how the show turned out.
Yeah.
It really improved. They really improved Doctor Who.
Yeah,
after all the nonsense that happened.
Such a shame. The last 2 series are frequently considered one of the best eras of the show.
Yeah.
The stories that you haven't liked, Silver Nemesis and Ghostlight. Ghostlight is, I think, you're unusual in that you don't like it. It's a very popular one.
Well,
usually.
I mean.
It's very tough on first watch, though. So.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it that first time, because it was,
Close to being 8 incredible stories in a row for me.
Sure.
Silver Nemesis. Michael Grade is the name that I was looking for.
Okay.
the Google search. In 1985, he controversially put Doctor Who on an 18-month hiatus. But yeah, he was famous for really, really hating the show, and I think continues to hate the show. For no good reason, really.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, he's the only BBC One controller that's never been knighted. I don't think there's a connection there. Yeah. The Queen, incidentally, is a massive Doctor Who fan.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously in this time period, the time following this, there was a series of books that continued directly on.
Okay.
Tried reading them. I wasn't too keen, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
There's some gems. Some even ended up being made into stories in the new series, but adapted for the right characters.
Different characters.
Weirdly enough, whilst the Seventh Doctor and Ace are some of my favourites in the TV show, in the books, you
don't like them?
in Big Finish, I'm not as big a fan.
I suppose. Yeah, Doctor Who's these recent ones have been quite more energetic in like the visual sort of aspect of it. So, but yeah, there's a lot more action.
Yeah,
and so maybe it doesn't quite as work.
I think that you might have hit it actually there. Ace is a very active and visual character. And it's a lot of Sophie Aldred's face performance that is so good. The writing of the scripts, they make her almost a caricature of herself.
Right.
That's how I when I was listening. And I should clarify, I've not listened to all that many of them.
Well,
just the ones on Spotify.
It does say Dave.
Ainley's final portrayal of the Master in the original series is considerably different, subtle and darker than the often bombastic and forceful impression he had been told to deliver since Logopolis. Ainley had always intended to portray the Master with this calmer characterisation. Yeah, it's my favourite Anthony Ainley Master story.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's go through some of his others, shall we? Time Flight.
Well,
Castroval was alright.
That's not Anthony Ainley's fault.
No.
Yeah. I've enjoyed him as the Master,
Yeah?
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I
think he was good. Unfortunately, for a lot of it, he's too similar to Roger Delgado. Roger Delgado is just better.
Yeah. Obviously, Roger Delgado is the definitive Master.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of those stories were, as bad as they were, but it's fine.
Yeah, so I mentioned at the beginning that it was nearly called Cat Flap, this story.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I do prefer this title.
Yeah, me too.
Cat Flap, just because it's about cat, it features cat.
I think the idea is that it's a metaphor for them transporting between the two worlds.
That is actually quite good, yeah.
Again, the whole thing of having this parallel alien world, right next to the normal Earth street, just sums up Doctor Who. You could sum up all of Doctor Who with The Curse of Fenric and this.
Right.
And in a way, that's almost what they end up doing, is summing up all of Doctor Who. One of only 5 stories to be filmed entirely on location, the others being... Actually, do you want to have a guess what they are? This isn't on the quiz.
Spearhead one of...
Yes.
Okay.
They're all after Spearhead.
They're all after Spearhead, okay. I was thinking Logopolis, but no. No, definitely not. City of Death?
Nope.
No. I don't know.
That's a good shout, though.
I really don't know.
Sontaran Experiment.
Of course. Yeah.
The Greatest Show in the Galaxy.
Oh,
technically.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because they couldn't use the studio.
Yeah.
It depends if you count them building the set, studio outside or not.
Well, they would have, I imagine...
On location in the car park.
I don't know.
And The Curse of Fenric. The intention for the TV series after this, I believe they had some scripts planned. I think the plan for Ace, the Doctor has been testing her out in Ghostlight, making her confront all of these frankly horrible things, was that he's training her to become a Time Lord. And she leaves to become a Time Lord.
Right.
And the plan that we've sort of been seeing propping up a little bit to give the Doctor a bit more mystery, imply that he's more involved with Time Lord history than we would think. I know your secrets, Doctor. You know, all that kind of nonsense.
Right.
That would have eventually maybe been solved. Lovingly call this the Cartmel master plan.
Right.
Never happened though. I think that's probably for the best.
Yeah, I can see that not going down well. Yeah. John Nathan Turner, props to him for keeping the show running.
Yeah, right.
I would class his era in the same... I don't know if I'd say I loved it as much as Barry Letts.
Right.
Barry Letts and Philip Hinchcliffe,
Yeah.
you know, those are like, you know, for me they're like the
best
the
producers.
best ones. But yeah, John Nathan Turner has definitely done a great job with all this.
I mean,
there've been some low points, but you know, especially considering all of the troubles, you know, to stay with it until the end.
He perhaps has the toughest time,
and then improve it. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of respect for him.
Although even other producers had tough times. Graham Williams had a tough time with stuff
too. Yeah.
Verity Lambert definitely had a tough time getting the show started.
Well, okay, that's probably the first important producer. Yeah.
But I agree. John Nathan Turner perhaps did make some questionable decisions regarding the show. But what would you consider the John Nathan Turner era? I mean, obviously the time that he was on the show, but
just like
these last two seasons,
Andrew Cartmel
seasons.
That's another
How
thing. The script editors, we have to
exactly. But this feels so completely different to anything that Eric Saywood or Pip and Jane Baker would have done. It felt like a lot of the time. Again, I'm not a biggest Eric Saywood fan. I think he's a good writer. Earthshock.
Yeah, I've found his writing stuff interesting.
Yeah. It felt a lot of his time felt like it was stalled and it needed a kick.
Right.
If you think about the stories that he wrote are quite good actually. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, Revelation I was unsure of, but there's definitely it's ambitious.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Okay, let's wrap this up because we could go on just talking about the entire show.
We could. We really could.
3, 2, 1. 7, 8. Okay, excellent.
Yep. A very fitting end to
a quite good show. As a callback.
I regret saying that.
Cool.
Average of the whole show was like a 7 or something.
Yes.
I was basing it on that, but ignoring that because that's not really a good way to...
That's not a good indicator.
It's not a good way to rate an entire show.
No.
Yeah, no.
This give Doctor Who a 7 out of 10. Just all of it is 7.
You can't do that.
No.
You cannot give an entire show 1 rating. But yeah, overall, yeah, I do love Doctor Who. Super easy to understand why Doctor Who is just this big phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's great, like when it's at its best, and I've said this before. I said this before, like many years ago. When Doctor Who is at its best, it is some of the best, like, TV, film, video games, books, some of the best entertainment that there is. The high points, they're high.
That was beautiful.
They're high.
That was beautiful.
Sure.
They are high, but equally the low points are very low.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, they are. Yeah, they are.
But for a show that goes on so long, you have to expect that.
Yeah.
All right, so Sylvester McCoy's era.
Go on.
6.9, which puts it on a par with the Fourth Doctor's era as a whole.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, even though I have really I liked Peter Davidson, I liked Colin Baker.
Did you say Peter Davidson?
No, I thought I did. Davison.
Okay.
And yeah, I love the 5th and 6th Doctor, but yeah, unfortunately the sort of quality of the show at that point was a bit mixed.
Alright guys, we will see you hopefully tomorrow for Blake 7.
Tomorrow.
Not for us, for uploads maybe. And maybe we'll do a wrap-up video, Q&A, a quiz. Who knows? Just stay tuned.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing, guys.
Yeah, but, you know, yeah, we're going to be doing all of that, and then one day we will come back to Doctor Who with the movie.
Yeah, it'll be about a couple of months, maybe.
We'll give it some time.
Hopefully not 16 years. Like the show.
No, we're not going to do 16 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 16 weeks or something, I don't know. Even that.
Yeah, that's quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Alright, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you for the next video.